Good evening, THL, and welcome to Friday Night Fights. I am Azalea Akari. I will be one of your casters for this evening alongside Andy Rogers as my co-caster.
Good evening, Azalea. Um, did you guys get the memo that Hearthstone is gone? It's no more? Okay.
Yeah.
But yet
Um.
we're still here.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah. Yeah.
still alive. We're still succeeding. The
Yeah. For
clowns have
sure.
not,
T.
we've not died yet.
No. No.
So
THL is gonna last a long time.
the banner still lives long and strong. So yeah, we will still
Yeah.
be
For
here.
sure.
Yes.
Yep. Also with us, our wonderful Opsaku is going to be helping us out with this doubleheader slate of matches. Um, so let's get
Yes,
looking at our
a
first match.
two for the price of one. You kidding me? Double special.
Yeah,
Buy one, you kidding me match, get a second one for free. Who doesn't love that? A BOGO. But yeah, so first we have You Kidding Me taking on Judo Chop and Legacy. And then we have You Kidding Me taking on Eternal in Hero Series. So Eternal back again. He is Mr. Friday Night, Andy. So excited to see his plays this week. Hopefully he gives me only two heart attacks and not three. So
yeah. Um,
But yeah,
we're,
let's break down this first matchup then.
yeah, we're starting off in Legacy Series. We have Judo Chop versus You Kitten Me. Um, Judo Chop bringing Death Knight, Demon Hunter, Hunter, and Mage. You Kidding Me bringing Demon Hunter, Hunter, Paladin, and Rogue. So a pretty wide spectrum of classes here. Overall, the only overlaps are Demon Hunter and Hunter for both players. Um, and it's not maybe it's good to see. I don't know. I kind of like seeing five Cs bringing Rogue. I don't know exactly to what extent they're playing what rogues are being brought. I mean, I think being able to bring something like a miracle rogue is can be really really good. I Even though it's obviously legacy, obviously conquest format, it can only get one win, but you know any point in this in THL is pretty good.
It's still super strong,
Yeah, definitely. You
but
definitely want to bring it.
I mean, I think that like right now, when we look at the meta, the two strongest decks by far are the Miracle Rogue
Yep.
and the Questfell Demon Hunter.
Quest DH, yeah.
But at the same time, those are also two of the hardest decks to pilot.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
and so when we get into like three seeds, or sorry, five seeds, are they going to be able to play it at optimal level? Especially I mean, I think Questfell DH is is probably a harder deck to even play
I
now than
I
Miracle Rogue.
I agree. Yeah.
Do we have bans in Saku? I think they've started. No, not yet. We're just waiting
Oh,
on.
they haven't even challenged
Oh,
up
they
yet.
haven't even challenged. What the heck's going on,
Yeah, we're just waiting
boys?
on somebody to get ready to challenge up. So I'm
So, I think that in the five seed, the strategy, I mean, I
I
think for a
still
lot of people, the strategy is always to ban the rogue. However, in the five seed, it might be, you let them bring the rogue, you let them bring the DH, and make them play it
sure.
optimally against
Sure.
something that is, maybe a more aggressive lineup. I think that that can
Yeah.
work out.
I think DH's flexibility is something that like it doesn't necessarily have to be the quest DH. I wouldn't be surprised if it was even like a non-quest spell like a non-quest spell DH or something. I mean, I think that deck can definitely get a win in Conquest.
Yeah, I think that
Um,
one too. We might see like a
a,
Jace.
s-
So like
a
sometimes people
Spellfelic.
play like the relic. They play the relic
Yeah,
package
yeah.
with the Jace.
Hmm.
Some people play just the non-quest one. So we might see something like that, which is maybe a little bit more
Yeah,
consistent, but
definitely.
doesn't have those super powerful turns where
Hmm.
it's killing you on
It
turn
doesn't have a turn 5 kill generally.
turn five,
Yeah,
turn six kill. You
yeah.
know, from
Hmm.
20 health or plus. I mean, it can
Yeah.
kill you from 30 health too. So,
Yeah.
um,
So,
yeah, so I think that that might be, something that we see.
mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised on that one.
Yeah,
Uh,
I want to kind of look. I kind of want to see what some of these matchups look like, just to get an idea. Um, because
Kitten B
I
side.
don't really have a ban in mind. I think Kitten probably bans. I think Kitten bans Mage or Kitten bans Demon Hunter. I think Mage probably lines up best into what he's brought. Um, so I would guess it's gonna probably be a Mage ban. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Demon Hunter banned um, at all.
It, it,
Shockspitter Hunter has Shockspitter has a lot of kind of more evenish matchups
it does. And
on
it's a little
paper.
bit easier deck to pilot, I think.
Yeah,
Like, it can, excuse me, it can win games a little bit more consistently
yeah.
without like needing to get like a super draw. Um, oh, okay. All right, we have a little bit of some technical difficulties going on, but we are going to work them out here while we wait for the match to get started.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Sounds good. Okay,
okay,
so after reviewing the ban sheets, Kitten has nothing banned. There is an unfortunately there was an incorrect there is a screenshot with no ban written, so Kitten has all 4 decks to play with, just has to win with 3 of them. However, Judo Chop's Mage is banned.
so this is actually old school how it used to be. So
Mm,
back in
gotcha.
like seasons alpha and beta, we had no ban, but you brought 4 decks.
Oh, that's interesting.
And you only had to win with 3. So yeah, because of as you said, Judo Chop did not ban a deck in his screenshot, so therefore he has not banned any deck, and so
Yeah,
it means that you Kid and Me can play any of his decks that he chooses. So
yeah,
he
and
just
this
needs to
does
win with 3 of them.
yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean, it's Judo Chop can
Well,
win.
yeah, he's brought
I've
4
had
decks.
nothing. I've had nothing banned against me and then got crushed. So it's all a matter of
Just means that
how
he
can
does not he has a fourth
yeah,
option that he
yeah. There
wants
is a
he can
fourth
choose
option
to
to
play
play with, and
throughout any of the
yeah,
decks. So,
yeah. Okay,
okay, so they are going to be Judo Chop's intention was to ban the rogue,
yeah, that's what it
um,
seems.
and
So I
it
get
seems like you kidding
so
me
they're
is
gonna
going
play. So there seems like they're gonna play under the assumption of a rogue ban. So
and we are getting
we'll see
into
what
the first
we'll see what
game.
happens. Let's go check the games.
So we are getting into the first game here.
Okay, Kitten first to spectate. The bottom of our screens and Judo Chop on the top of our screens. So let's get started. Let's see how these players lead. Death Knight versus Hunter. Let's see what we have. We have the Frost DK. We have a 40 card Beast Hunter coming in for You Kitten
Hmm.
Me with the Renathal in the mulligan. Pretty good start for the Beast Hunter.
Yeah, that's
And a
definitely a
and
hand.
a
If you could pick
and
your
a
cards, you're
and a
probably picking those ones.
pretty slow start here. I would assume we're gonna coin out the peasant here, right? Yeah.
Yep, double one drops. Pretty nasty,
Double one drops
although
into a canine into a harpoon. This is like almost near perfect curve.
the problem, I don't necessarily know that I like coining out the peasant there just because you're gonna eat. I mean, like it plays right into the ghoul charge.
It
But
does. I
I mean,
think
I guess the argument is when else are you gonna play it?
you could do it the next turn, but and make the mana awkward. That would be the play. Judo's gonna lead with this frost. Is gonna play this frost strike, remove the trog, which
Hmm.
means that the peasant will get to draw.
Yeah, I
I
don't
do
like
agree with you.
that.
I didn't necessarily see the downside of if he just ghoul charges the 2/1 and leaves the trog
Yeah,
alive. Yeah,
the draw is much worse here than just
yeah,
having a Trog on the board. I mean, I get that like Trog is scary,
yeah.
but in this situation, Trog is just a 1/2, and I
Yeah,
think
I
it's just
agree.
better overall to like
Yeah,
charge.
yeah,
So,
agreed. And here, I think you take collector.
yeah, I guess that does probably feed. I think that is what he takes. You don't want
Yeah.
to take a second harpoon gun.
Yeah, because you can always grab that second harpoon gun with your last swing of your harpoon gun.
Yeah, he is just gonna howling blast.
Yeah, so
It's
the
not bad. He did pick up the Lady Death Whisper
yeah,
off
Death
of
Whisper, but
the Frost Strike.
there is only 2 spells, but it is something that should get played here
It's
regardless.
always very scary anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
because you can just guess what was that? That was a snap pick. That was a
Aralon.
snap pick
Yeah.
Aralon. Yeah,
So Aralon, and he does have Okani for next turn. So we're gonna
yeah,
see probably either Okani into Aralon.
yeah,
I would imagine just to get out on the board.
yeah.
Does grab
I
up
would
the Horn
agree.
of Winter, which I like, which is good. So he will, if he kills this, he's gonna, I mean, ostensibly draw 3 more cards,
There is a lot of
and that's a lot of burn
There's a
and a
lot of
lot of
burn,
freeze.
but I feel like you
And
can't necessarily let it linger for much longer. And here's probably where I see the harpoon gun getting taken, um, because you'll just be able to play it again. You'll be able to I mean, you don't have to. You can always take Huntsman Altimore here, um, because harpoon gun might not be the best pick
okay,
just because
he does take Huntsman.
we have a
Yeah, and
5 play.
well, and I think also the thing is with the harpoon gun, you're gonna throw down the Aralon next turn.
Yeah,
You're gonna
which
get a
yep,
weapon in a few turns. So the question is, when are you gonna have the 3 mana to play it?
agreed.
And he does choose spell for the block, which I think was not as optimal as just putting the minion. I think minion was better in that situation. Um, I don't mind dark transformation. I mean, I also don't mind frost strike.
Yeah, the
So he does take dark
transform.
transformation because that's pretty good. Like
Yeah, I
it's
don't
a
know
lot
if
of
it's
value.
super. I don't know if it's that necessary. Oh, both Lunar Winters are actually true. Okay. I looked away from my screen for a little bit. We're gonna cast it on that to get a 4/5 to rush.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
I think I want to see a pet collector here potentially. I know he took Arlon and you might want to play it, but I kind of think that collector's better
Yeah. It's a
because it
guarantee.
guarantees you the rusher.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can take out one. You can take out a couple of things here. You see a couple of trades. The 4/3 left up, but the 4/3 doesn't have has only one value trade. Um, in the 4/4, and you probably do
Gotta
want to
imagine
remove
that
that.
we just play the. Oh, okay. So he's gonna
See,
play
Death Chiller
the Death Chiller over Overseer
over the
Frigidara.
Frigidara. I think the Frigidara would be a really good play here, just because it represents quite a lot of threat. It seems like Judo just wants to get them and just play all their damage out, but it's not. I don't think it's gonna be that great because
Yeah, you're forced to
you're
trade
forced to
here.
trade that off. I mean, it's not like the Frigidera. I mean, you probably have to make that trade anyways, but the Frigidera represents a little bit more threat, and now the Rat King can come out here, um, and remove the minion, and now there's not a whole lot going on. There is at least the 2/7 mana spells. There's 2 Frostworms.
Yeah, he's gonna
Um,
be able to freeze here.
yeah,
Which, if he gets in this damage, I mean that could
Yeah. Oh,
constitute the 10 damage.
that's a great pickup.
Oh, the
The
Hydralodon is
Hydralodon,
huge.
it buffs
Wow,
up
that was
it
huge.
buffs up the Altimore. Like this Altimore is gonna get juiced so fast. It's already got one. It's already got one stage completed.
Yeah.
This is just gonna. I think this is just gonna let Altimore kind of go crazy. Gonna remove the
Okay.
Hydralodon head instead
Hmm.
of going face here.
Ooh, I don't know about that, especially with your opponent only at 15 health. I think that
Yeah,
that's pretty painful.
I agree. Yeah,
It does let
it's
him clear the board next turn with the Frigidera, because he
yeah.
can play the Frigidera and then play
Altimore
a
is getting
Cool
so
Charge.
juiced. I know that they're very low health, but this there's no spells left. There's very limited draw. There's only one draw card. And this
I
Hunter,
think
I
the
mean,
auto
obviously,
turn.
and like you, I'm just looking at Judo Top's position. Like my opponent has 5 cards in hand. We're gonna actually see an early Altimore.
So he's only
I'm
gonna
not
get
sure I like
one
this.
minion.
Yeah, I'm not
He
sure I
does get the
liked it that much. Just
he does
because,
get the taunt minion, which I
sure,
think is the best one in the situation because I think the rushing
yeah,
would actually be able to take out this. I think it only has 4 attack.
yeah, I would have. I think I know it's a good mana spend, but I'm wondering if even something like K9 to Discover or Spirit Poacher
Wait,
would have been a
what?
bit slightly better here.
Wait, did he miscounting his mana?
Um,
I think he miscounted his mana.
yeah,
Because
did miscount the mana, and now all these things are alive. That's a lot, and that's a lot of damage coming back. There's no.
wow, I what?
Is this lethal? Is this lethal coming back almost?
Oh wait, can he
No, it's
play?
not lethal
Oh, he
coming
can't
back.
play the Howling Blast. No, he can't.
No, Howling
So
Blast costs 1. So he's gonna have to. Oh, you gotta trade. You can't go face here. Ah,
ah, okay, wait. So that's
what's this?
12.
What's the damage? I don't have my damage chart
One
up.
off.
Wild Spirits is big. This is one off, right? 12.
Uh, no, it's yeah, one off. He's one off lethal right now.
Yeah, so we're gonna see trades then. Counted the damage, didn't see lethal. So likely just to take trades here. Needs to make sure that he gets value. There is at least a Howling Blast can clear up a lot of stuff here. Need to make. I would want to make sure I get my. I would want to make sure that I get my 3/1s damage in there. Oh yes, that is in Jarn Saber next turn. Oh man, this is pretty. We're in a pretty decent position. This Rat King, if the board getting cleared all pops Rat King. Um, so I don't know if we're gonna see it with the Howling Blast or if we're gonna actually see the Overseer played.
Uh,
Frigidera clears everything but the 2/1. Howling Blast clears everything but the 2/3
I think
as
what you would
well.
do is play the Frigidera first, and then just go for the.
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
Interesting. We're gonna pop. Are
So
we?
it's gonna.
Are we're popping the? We're reactivating the dormant. No, we're not. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. We
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But this is a bit risky. I
It looks
feel.
like he's gonna be leaving it up. Okay, so he draws. Well, he can't freeze it now, or I mean, he can kill it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to do that. You have to remove it. The he's so close to winning. It's just I feel like there's like yeah, we're gonna go face with this. We're gonna freeze. We're gonna allow this. We're gonna allow that to live. This can
Oh wait,
summon This can summon lethal.
yeah. Can he
So
get it? So
he
he needs to.
What? Okay.
Okay. Well,
oh what Arlon Wild Spirit? No.
no, that's not
Okay,
gonna do.
okay. I will say I don't like this play as much unless we're playing Arlon into the Sunken
Oh
Saber.
no, so
There
I
we
think he
go.
sees it. I think he
Because you need
sees it.
to Saber and then if you get King Crush it's lethal.
And
Mountain
no.
Bear. Mountain
Fair.
Bear. It is lethal coming back because of no armor with the Frostworm's
Yeah,
Fury in hand.
that will
Um,
be game here for game.
it will be game. That was a very very close effort. But no cigar, no Tavish picked up.
No, Tavish would have helped there in that spot. Kind of interesting. Interesting
Yeah,
plays by Judo Chop to get there, but you get there.
yeah.
So
I think I mean the plays weren't. I mean I think the Beast Hunter just kind of ran out of the gas.
yep.
Unfortunately for Kitten in Frost if in Frost has a lot of gas, especially discovering. And if you can discover an extra Frostworth here, you're just in such a driver's seat in general.
Hmm.
Um, like, and you're right. I mean, a couple of like a little bit of mana miscount definitely made it a bit sloppier. But I think in fact, I think, well, I played that might have could have potentially done Kitten was not waiting on the alt more to be able to summon all three
Right. Yeah.
after the board gets cleared. I would guess if I'm doing that I'm gonna get cleared. Uh,
Yeah. It's just one of
it's
those things where.
interesting. It's interesting. Hunter comes out again. This looks like it's a pretty good set of mulligan cards here. It is a Hunter Mirror. This
Splitter?
is a Spitter
No.
Hunter. This
Is
is
it a
Spitter,
spitter?
yeah. I think
Okay.
it is, yeah, because they're running
Okay.
weapon and they're running, yeah. So it's just the there was one card that I was like kind of weird. I think the Aurelon isn't necessarily a card you generally see in the deck. This might be a slightly different build than I'm used to, but we do have the opening. We're gonna start off with the coin Bloodseeker, especially with a selected breeder in hand. I know last time I saw Judo Chop play this deck, he definitely was favoring Battle Ram, Stormpike Battle Ram,
Hmm.
as their card of choice here. Interesting. Just gonna get the baddie guest out there now, um, which is fine. I might have preferred to just hero power, then you go hero power baddie guest on 3, but he
Yep.
could just be playing into what's the word? Playing into having 3 costs play on 3 potentially, and not having baddie guest anymore.
So we'll see if
Um,
Splitter comes up on this one. If it does, then
yeah, we'll
there
see
we
what the
go.
pick is. And
Spitter it
indeed, Judo
is.
Chop takes the Spitter, so this will be going quite interestingly. Gonna maybe opt
I
move.
was
Okay,
gonna say.
no, gonna
I
make.
would,
I was
I would
gonna.
leave. I would have left
Yeah,
that alone, but that's good.
I think the baddie guess is definitely something you don't necessarily have to worry that much about. Peasant's definitely a good play here.
Yeah.
Um, you could take a. I think you take the value trade here if you are the hunter, but he's gonna opt to do the hunter thing and go face. Especially
One
with the
damage
pretty
is.
good,
Yeah.
especially with the pretty good curve coming up. School teacher, pet collector, rat king, things like that are pretty nice to have. For sure. School teacher, is a little bit of a more interesting inclusion. I'm not used to seeing in Beast Hunter. Um, more popular play. Um, Also to note, there's no weapons, so this tracking. I like this tracking play. Definitely
Yeah.
gonna look for
Weapon.
like handle, shot, or any weapon you can find.
How about
I
another
think you would.
tracking?
I guess you could. I might personally choose to pick the Spirit Poacher.
Oop. Nope.
Just
Just tracking's
the
into
chance to put
tracking.
weapon
Tracking there
tracking
is a
into
weapon.
tracking and finds a blood. I guess you take Bloodseeker here. Could take the Battle Ram as well for turn 4, but Bloodseeker's definitely
Yeah, the
towards
fact that you have
it.
the
It
shots here
progresses
already, yeah.
your game
Ooh,
plan.
Spitter. Yep.
ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet shot's interesting.
Uh,
Um,
emergency maneuver. The
I
problem with emergency maneuvers is that it tells him that it's emergency maneuver. I'm
true,
just
true.
gonna take devouring swarm.
Okay, yes, that's
Uh,
interesting. I don't know if you take the he doesn't opt to take the trade here. He just
the
wants to.
only problem with devouring swarm, I think, in this matchup is that like there's not a lot of big minions that you're gonna be trying to kill. So I guess it can be used as like a way to
Yeah,
take
I
a
don't
man
know.
out.
I think I might have just landed on maneuver. I think I might have just landed on maneuvers and just waited to see if I could get like a mountain bear, and so they kind of are forced to play into it if they're gonna trade stuff. Um, but this deck goes so much over the top that I don't think any of those picks were particularly
Yeah,
appetizing.
none of
But
them are great.
I think Ricochet shot would have ended up being my pick in the end
Yeah,
there. Yeah, right
there
there's
are
a
a lot of
Jarn Saber.
one health minions.
So Judo Chop is taking damage one. Is taking damage one ping at a time from Kitten's baddie guest.
We do see a second Shock Spitter picked up.
Yep. So that's the first Shock
Oh,
Spitter from deck. So there is still one more in deck. The other one being picked off of
yeah, he's
selected
got a
breeder.
circle on the face here.
Yeah, so we're gonna see that played, and we're gonna see the Ajarn Saber removed. Okay. This
So
4/4 is still gonna be there.
another one.
And then hero power phase.
Alright, so
Okay.
next turn he can deal
Next turn you can
15
deal.
so he can only deal 15 damage next turn, so he's still 2 turns away.
Yes. And there's the mountain bear there. But that's not gonna do a whole lot.
Uh,
So it just the chip damage here is gonna be quite good. This is not representing 2-turn lethal. It's representing 2-turn from this turn, unfortunately. Keen Eye Spotter is gonna get played. We're gonna take the damage from the
ooh,
from
what?
the 4/4. Interesting.
Don't
Conjured Arrow. So he's gonna play a little bit of board. He's gonna play a little bit of board cleanup here.
I
Keen Eye
think that's
Spotter is Keen Eye Spotter is gonna be a bit annoying, but this Mountain Bear is just gonna make attacking with a weapon just really annoying and pretty lethal. This taunt minion spawns up as well.
yeah, I think that weapon
Are we
has
looking at maybe a Rat King plus Frenzy Fang turn? Like that would be pretty It might be a pretty good turn here, because Mountain Bear, you already have a taunt up, so you don't need to really worry about the Mountain Bear being played now. He could team it with a Swarm if he needed to,
I
but
like this 1 damage going
I
phase.
like this.
Represent lethal here.
There's only what 6/12, no discount, so we're gonna see Hydralodon. This
But that doesn't save
represents
you. No, but
that
that
does
doesn't
not
save
save
you.
you. That doesn't save. That's still weak.
So what can you do? You gotta
Yeah,
start shock spittering
you have
minions.
to. Yeah, you have to Shock Spitter minions, and you're giving up your win condition to them,
Um,
right? Like,
well, no. I mean, you're dead anyway. There's no. You
yeah,
can't remove enough damage.
yep,
Like you could shock spitter 2 things. So all right,
yeah.
well, he's gonna go for a taunt. Okay. So
Doesn't get a taunter there. Doesn't get a taunt
no,
active.
doesn't get one. So
Nope, that is game.
that's gonna be game.
All right, so Kitten takes game 2.
So coming back, we will take game 2.
Yeah,
So one more.
the board removal play definitely playing out. Definitely a little backfiring on Judo, and could have played the collateral damage represented lethal.
For
That
sure.
was pretty nice spicy lethal with the collateral damage. So Hunter is down for Kitten, and Judo Chop has one with Death Knight. So we're looking at Hunter and Mage. Sorry, no, Hunter and Demon Hunter versus Paladin and I have to look. Paladin and it looks like DH for Kitten.
Yeah, so Judo Chop still has his Hunter and his Mage, or his DH up. Kitten still has his Paladin and his DH. So both players have their DH available. Judo Chop has his his Hunter that we just saw, and Kitten has his Paladin. So we'll see where they go. Seems like we go into game 3. So it is going to be a Quest Fell DH for you kids and me. And Shock Spitter Hunter back up for Judo Chop. Probably want to throw away the Swarm, maybe the weapon. As you look for a 1-drop, especially like if he can get a Trog. He just throws back the.
Okay, so this looks like the
Okay, so
okay, so
it's not.
this is the Fell version of Spell DH. This is the more Jace based version.
Yeah, so his minions are Satheno, Arcanist, and Jace. So
Yes.
not playing the abusive sergeant,
Yeah.
all in one turn kill.
Yeah, and I personally, think that um the Steno version is like super difficult to navigate. So I don't blame him for not. I wouldn't be surprised here if we don't see the Spectral Sight played just at the, I don't know, maybe at the off chance it's just a bit, no, you pick up another way to draw, but I guess
So
you probably just take the draw anyways.
you can I think that it's okay to hold it. I mean, either way, like I don't mind this hand already. Like so
Yeah.
Warband and Coordinated Strikes are not bad cards.
And with
So
that
you can
Spectral
try
Sight,
and wait to pick up either a tradable,
Mhm.
or you can also like just wait 2 turns and hope that you draw another
Yeah,
draw card.
is that bull shock spit or super? Is that no? Yeah, is that
It
bull?
is, yeah. So both spot shock spitters drawn.
That is absolutely brutal.
It's
This
okay. So he does play Kurtrus.
coordinated. Oh, okay. So yeah, Kirkus. Yeah, I think this is version
So I
I
wonder
have
if it
been akin
also
to.
plays like the 5 mana 3/3s. I forget the name of it. Feast.
Oh, deal with the devil.
Deal with the devil. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it probably will. This is kind of more of a build that we had at the beginning of the expansion that has still been pretty good. Um,
No,
I
yeah,
don't know.
it is. It's just not as fast.
No,
It
it's
does
definitely not as
deal with
fast.
boards, but it will
Yes.
deal with the board from Judo Chop a little bit better. So
Yeah, so Sinful Brand here is a good pickup.
yeah, and he's hoping to get,
Nope.
and that's
Oh, there's
exactly
a
what he
mark.
wanted. Yeah, so
That's
that's
exactly what you
exactly what he
want.
was trying to find, was another draw card, and he got it.
Now that's a 0 mana Sinful Brand. That is going to be
That's
pretty
pretty
deadly
good,
later on.
especially with this. He's got the Warband in hand.
Agreed. Yeah.
So I
Just
mean
gonna look
that's
for that second one. Just gonna look for that
mean.
the second one, and it's gonna be
So next turn he could
interesting.
go in for 16 damage on this
Yeah.
taunt minion.
Yep. And you would get 4
And
damage face from
plus,
it.
yeah, plus another 3 damage. So that's 19 damage. He's got 19 damage this turn.
Yeah. I think that's what we're gonna see. Yeah.
You just, I mean, you're playing against a hunter. You know he has no healing.
And you know they have a lower. Don't have that many minions. So yeah. So we're gonna see a lot of damage done here. That's gonna be down to 12 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal there. He's down to 12 health already.
Hmm. And there's no more. There isn't like there's no weapon swing until next turn.
Oh, wow. And Aralon.
So Aralon is played. So all we have left is coins and devouring swarms. I mean, I guess you would say there's no threat of lethal, but I'm not. I mean, this Kurtrus just comes down. Kurtrus, and this sets up. This can set up damage coming out just with the hero power alone.
Yeah, there's no more taunts.
Yeah.
You're at 30 health.
There's gonna be a weapon and a rusher and a 4/5 to So I suppose that we probably are gonna see a lot of this traded off, more damage there, but no,
But I
like
think
there's
this is just
there's
lethal.
just like we're looking at
Damn.
we're just like looking at almost
Yeah,
lethal coming back with the weapon plus double fury.
yeah, that's just lethal already. It's 12 damage.
Yeah,
So.
there's no taunters, so no heal, no taunters. That is game. Kitten will take a win on turn 7 with his DH. Yeah, he's just counting his damage in hand, and then he's gonna realize he has it. 10 from spells plus the 2 from the hero power gives 12 damage.
Could even draw his deck if he agreed if he wanted to, but
Could
doesn't need
draw,
to do
could
it.
draw 1 card. Yeah, he doesn't have to even use the hero power. He can just he could have just attacked and then hit the one there. We're gonna get maximum damage. Love to see maximization. It honestly, like, seeing a player be like, oh no, I can get my maximum damage this way. Like, you don't have to do it. Like, maximizing damage is a good skill to have in Hearthstone, even if it's over lethal and you know it is.
Excellent. So yeah, we are going to go to game 4 there.
Yep.
So just up remaining for You Kidding Me as his paladin. Judo Chop still, of course, has his hunter and his DH.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
see which one he decides to bring into this paladin, if he runs back out the hunter another time or
Yeah. So
switches it up. But a little bit of it, some interesting cards. I mean, we normally
yeah.
don't see a
There's
arrow
DH.
and a shock spitter hunter.
So this is a demon hunter. So
Yeah, so
this is the control paladin. So I like this. I like this paladin. I like this bring. This deck does line up pretty well into most demon hunters.
It's
It's
maybe a
not
little bit too
good into
slow versus the quest fell because the superpower card is Cariel, and
yeah,
Cariel
you're
doesn't
right.
get played till turn 8.
Yeah,
So
and this
most
spell
of the
and this
time,
deck that technically this deck that's being brought by Judo Chop
but this is
without the
not a
hero.
quest. But this is not a quest.
No,
This is this is a
it's
relic.
a spell relic DH,
Yeah.
which it's fine, and it does actually okay into this paladin deck. It just depends on the draw. Like early light ray is super strong.
Did we see what his 3 minions?
Oh, I didn't see his 3 minions. It's and they won't show me.
Yeah.
We'll see when Bouncel is played. I would guess it's Zymox. I would guess based
Yeah,
on it being that it would be Zymox,
Jason.
Jason, Steno.
No,
Or
so
Arcanist.
it's the hero. That's the Arcanist. Yeah, you play the
Arcanist,
hero
yeah.
power.
Yeah, it's Arcanist.
These choices, I like Seal
Seal of-
for play.
Okay. Sunwell's not a terrible pick. I
Well,
don't maybe
the
like it as
problem is
much.
you
but-
can't really play it for a while with this deck. It's
Yeah,
you're
this
not
deck
a rogue,
dumps hand a lot.
yeah.
But
Only
it does give him gas at some point. So yeah.
you need it. On the other side, he's gonna go for the hero power.
Bouncel.
Take out his first minion with his Bouncel, it looks like.
Yeah, I would guess you're gonna go for that. He could technically coin out Mark of Scorn, but to remove the board completely, but I'm not so sure that's necessary. No Bouncel play either. Holy Maki roll picked up. That's a good card to get, I guess, kinda now.
Yeah, he would get it or he would draw off of this Light of Anointment.
Yes.
But just making dudes, that's what you do.
Yeah, could have. Yep, definitely.
Second Bouncel picked up. No.
So next turn to Sun, I think Sun will come out potentially next turn then, I guess. But then you have to hope for a 0-mana spell. So
he is just gonna go in with this Warband.
the Warband's gonna remove 2 minions.
Okay, well, if you're gonna do that play,
You should have gotten your Zymox, right?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely should have gotten the Zymox, and I think you
So-
should have just gone in with onto the 1/3. Like, I don't
Makes
know
sense.
necessarily what the 4 damage is gonna do for you against this Paladin. Like, especially if you're playing a Fel Relic.
Let's see what gets picked up. There is so there is a Horn of Winter picked up. We're gonna opt for draw, but we're just gonna play a bunch of cards here. Are we going to play this Horn?
Yeah,
we
so
have
we
to Horn.
play this Torn anyway.
So we're gonna Ghostly Strike. Oh no, we're just gonna Hero Power. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Ghostly
the-
Strike could be held. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see the need for playing the what am I saying? Like the Shadow Step there. I think you could have held that Shadow Step.
Just played the Horn.
He is going to
We're gonna Relic of Extinction.
Okay, so he's juicing up his relics.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think you should. Yeah, I think now you should just play a Bouncel unless you feel Hero Power is more important. Picking up one of your
Right, so yeah, like I said, it is Arcanist, Zymox, and Jace.
Yeah.
I probably would say, okay, he's gonna take Arcanist.
I don't know. I guess Arcanist is fine. I don't think you necessarily care too much about playing it now next turn. Like, you don't. This is just a super awkward hand. There's not a lot going on for this DH, unfortunately. Order in the Court is a very nice pickup.
Yeah.
One of the best cards in the deck. This will get the Chain of Events drawing, where we're going to see Light Ray into Cario, into probably Smite or maybe Smite or
Play it next
Leviathan.
turn and play both Light Rays.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's Smite, Leviathan, and Anachronos are the
And
three 7-drop.
yes. Yes.
And then you would typically go into your 4 drops, which is Cariel,
Mhm.
uh,
Yeah. I unfortunately I don't have a list in front of me. I do have a list in my
unfortunately, he top decked his order in the court.
so it would be Okani, Samuro, and
Yeah, Okani,
yeah.
Samuro.
And then a second Muckborn, and then Bannerman.
I don't mind
Or
ordering the
Bannerman.
court here a second
No.
time.
Yeah.
Um,
You get your Cariel, even though it's a turn, even though technically it's a turn before you're gonna be able to. But hey, now you're drawing a 7. Now you're drawing a playable 7-cost card.
yeah,
And if it's Mr. Smite, oh, you're almost killing. Like I don't know. We're just gonna trade here. I don't know if trading messes up the order. I don't think it does.
no, it doesn't. It just punches
Yeah.
out the next card.
Yeah. So he
But
would
it
have.
well, it pushes this tradable into the deck somewhere, so it will
Yeah.
be out of order. Like
Yeah.
that one card, but the rest of
Yeah.
the cards will
Let's
be.
stay in order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna see an attack first here potentially before Kurtrus to make 5/4s, which would remove both of the light ray. So that's pretty smart. That's smart. You wanna remove those.
Yeah, his hand is just really slow. He really needs
Yes.
to find the relic balls.
In
Or sorry, not the relic
He
of
needs to
it.
find other relics, and there's a
Relic of
Macronos.
Omniscience.
So not the 7-cost card you want to see at all, but there is. Trading doesn't do a whole lot. This is also awkward for the Paladin. You could play Service Bell, I guess, but you're only drawing a 1 of. He's drawing his. Oh, you take Flight of the
Right?
Bronze
Yeah,
here. Yeah, that's really huge.
bronze probably.
You
You
get
get both of them.
you get both of them, and then you can just dump a card,
Yeah, you might dump.
or you might want to, or you can take like a low cost card. I
Drake.
think Amber. Well, I guess against Drake. Yeah, Drake is good because you get the health.
You got so many cards.
Maybe if it works out and it's not great. Oh,
Alex
Charles of the Life Binder,
for sure.
and then you just dump. You can just like dump a card. I guess you can heal yourself twice with Maki Roll. I feel like that's fine. I might have preferred to just take Maki Roll heals now.
Yeah, you're gonna, that you're gonna need it later. You figure that you're going.
Yeah, but you're carrying next turn, right? So like you're going up at like double the health against the DH. That isn't showing to have a whole lot in hand. But I can see it just playing the extortion. All right, Warband played, so we're gonna see a decent chunk of build up of the hero power used to remove this 5
Yeah.
all the board. This minion is gonna be taking. They're gonna be taking 5 damage to face though, and Cariel's gonna remove those board and just be a pain in the neck.
I think I liked using one of these 1/1s and saving it and playing the Sigil of
Alacrity.
Yeah, I think that was, your hand is really bad.
Yeah.
You need to draw cards, and so drawing 2 cards next turn, I just think
Job's done.
because he needs to get going here, and yeah, drawing a second is pretty dead. He can. Yeah, I think you've got to play this Mark of Scorn here. Just deal an extra couple damage. Not what he was hoping for. I think you have to take Zymox. He takes Jace, but he's only played. He hasn't played any Fel spells at all. So I don't know what this Jace is going to do. It's not going to do anything next turn. Oh, and that is not lethal?
No, it's close though.
That puts him down to 2
But
health.
but it sets up Alexstrasza lethal.
Yeah, I think We just get in there and do it.
Okay, he just. Okay, yeah. There's no reason to leave that. There's no reason to leave the spell power up.
Yeah,
A couple of really good draws here could turn things pretty big. There's uh both of the Relic of Dimensions picked up.
yeah.
But I'm not. I definitely you definitely want to play
I think
the
it's too
5
late.
cost. I think it's late. It's too late. I mean, they're only doing 3 and 4 on discounts. Um, so I think it's a bit too little, too late, especially because there's no heal picked up. That would be significant enough. So,
Yeah.
so it
Uh,
looks like this is gonna be the final. It's gonna be the final turn of the match coming up here with the Alex Strauss of the Lifebinder in hand, coming down and dunking 8 damage
and like
to
I
the
said,
face of
I
Judo
think
Chop.
that had he gotten it the turn, I mean, if he plays that sigil the turn before, he top decks the first one that turn.
Yeah, and there's a lot better. There's a lot
He,
better
and he
chance.
can play it, you know. So
Yeah, and this is a ton of threat on board. So you would think realistically, if there wasn't Alex Straza, that Anachronos would just be the play here then instead.
but yeah, good job to You Kidding Me. Comes back losing the first thing, but he comes back to sweep the next 3. So congrats to him on taking the series and his first series of the night, 3 games to 1. So congrats to him. Yeah, let's see. Well, we gonna throw to an interview, or are we gonna take a quick break?
I'm gonna double check to see if they
Would
want to do an
imagine
interview.
that I would imagine that Kitten would want to wait maybe because they're playing the next match, but maybe they want to do an interview now. Um, yeah. Either way, I'm going to be right back myself.
Yep, no worries. So just waiting for Eternal to kind of chime in. I'm just gonna ping him here for a sec. So that puts You Kit Me up, his team up 4-0. Yeah. So You Kit Me is gonna go for a break, so that's fine. As much so double headers are usually a little bit tricky to get things lined up a little bit because the player that is double featured is needs some time to set up their decks, do their bands, take a breather, get a glass of your favorite
Yes.
beverage of the evening.
Enjoy yourselves for a second.
That's right. It's for fun, not for money.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet.
We might be the
Not
hub for the World Championship soon.
That's right. So I just pinged Eternal to see what their situation is.
He should be ready.
Just making a note saying that Get Me is just taking a quick 5-minute break and then getting their hero lineup set up. It's really the same anyway. Whether it's the same decks is a different story.
Mm-hmm.
As well as obviously the bands, but it could be a row. Did they bring? Jump over to the next screen. Just double checking if they brought. Yeah, so Eternal brought Rogue, as did You Kitten Me. So could be a double Rogue band. He wants to see Rogue go crazy in Hero.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you like playing in Hero for classes? Yes.
I swept yesterday with Control Paladin.
I think I brought almost the same lineup as Andy. Um, I brought we went a little slightly different with one of the classes, opting. I mean typically I've been bringing typically Demon Hunter Mage Rogue is like pretty stock standard lineup across the board. I think it does well in Hero. I think Paladin is a really good. I think Paladin is just like Andy said. It's he swept on it. It's a really good counter deck to the strongest decks. Like it does pretty well into Rogue for sure. So
It does well against the Miracle Rogues, and it does
yes,
well against some of the other ones. It
hmm
doesn't do great against the Fel DHs.
nah, this is
They're
good
a
into
little fast. It's hard to out heal them till you
yeah
get to Cariel. You can beat the Beast Hunters
yeah
or the Shock Spitter Hunters. Like
gotcha
they don't have as much. You can outpace them,
yeah
but it loses hard to the Thief Rogues because it just gets outvalued. It's too hard to keep up with them. You have to like, but I did beat a Thief Rogue yesterday, so um, it's just like they can go for like infinite value with their jackpots, with the minions that they grab, playing Tess over and over again, and so it's
Tests and
hard
the
to like
battle cries,
pace
yeah,
them.
or the death rattles, I should say, death rattle.
And then they can just the ultimate punish to that control paladin is Astalar
Yep.
because it doesn't matter even if you play Cariel, he
hmm
punches right through her. So and with Shadow Step, it just gives them a convenient way to get 2 or 3 or 4
Yep.
Astalors.
killers and just keep throwing damage at you.
Yeah, that's
I did that
that's
on ladder.
that's
that was bad.
that's the rough. Like that's definitely the way that Rogue can get around the Paladin. Yeah.
So another couple minutes, I think, and then the
Yeah,
team.
I'd be very surprised if we don't see the old Nerf hammer come down on old
Oh
Astro.
yeah, there's a confirmed nerf for next week. Not sure what day it's gonna be, but they said a week from Wednesday, so leads me to believe it could be a Thursday patch potentially. So we'll see
Interesting.
how that happens.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if no if the Knowles survive if they
I
don't
yeah,
take mana or something.
I feel like I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Typically, they haven't taken such super severe action as to change how a card works. Um, but I think it would be interesting if they change the interaction between Maestra and Null. How Null interacts with Maestra. Um, so
Yeah, that or just even how the concoctions interacts with
yeah, concoctions as well.
because
I
that really I think is the biggest problem is that
yeah,
you just play the
you play the
potion
potion belt and you
and then
get
you get an instant
three
discount.
procs. You
Yeah.
get three procs on it. Or no, not three procs. You get two.
No,
Sorry.
it's three. It's three procs because it
Well,
generates 2 cards and then it forms together to make the third card.
oh my gosh.
So it's a
That's
3 card.
instant.
So it's like
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
turn
You're right.
two,
You're right. Yeah,
as long as you
that's
didn't draw Astalar, you can
yeah.
play 0 mana Knolls.
And the other thing would be, uh, I think, I think that they should change potion belt so you can't get this the same. I think they should change how that works. You can't get the same concoction twice. I think that would fix a lot of like some of the blowouts of like getting double draw on
You don't
two.
you don't like the double destroy minion?
Well, that too, but I also don't like seeing an opponent draw 4 cards on turn 3 as Miracle Rogue. So or turn 4 for that matter if they're gonna place Graveyard on 3. I don't know, like it's interesting because a lot they made those decks slow down by a turn. They made that deck slow down by a turn. But that didn't really matter too much. Like yeah, instead of maybe doing disgusting things on 3, it's happening on 4. It might even been happening on 4 regardless anyways at that time. But
And
um
I wonder what kind of a nerf we're going to see to Quest
it,
PH.
DH. Um
My thing was,
I'd like to see Sinful Br I kind of want to see Sinful Brand just be 1 damage instead of 2.
yeah,
Um
that might
but
be
I,
it because
but I think
it kind
I
of goes against the idea of like
I
they
I
can't
know.
play big minions.
I know. it's um
My
I
thing
think
was always that they needed to change the quest. They needed to change how the quest
I
works
don't
because
they
the problem that I have with the quest is that you don't play the quest to complete the quest. You play the
no,
quest
you play
just
it
for
to
the
discount.
reduction. That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
but I don't know how you change it at this point just because I mean, I don't know the way you would change it. And then also I feel like I don't know, it'd be interesting to see how they would want to like do if they want to like completely change how it worked. It's interesting. Obviously, you're right. You don't generally play it to do that. You change it to discount, but I think with it rotating in 3 months or like 2 or 3 months, I don't know if they're gonna really change it that much. They could change the you. They could make it very difficult to do and make it so you have to draw 5 on every step. Um. I
so
think a
we do have
band. We have bands.
games coming in, yes.
Yeah.
So it
Okay.
looks like You Kidding Me has banned Eternal's Paladin.
Hmm.
Eternal has banned You Kidding Me's Rogue.
Okay.
So interesting, a Paladin ban. A little
Yeah.
surprising, but yeah.
Yeah.
So You
I
Kidding
wonder if
Me.
this is a bit of a make them play the rogue.
Hmm.
Make them play it well. But Eternal, I saw he played it on stream last week, and he seemed to be doing okay on the Miracle Rogue. I didn't watch it. Um, I didn't watch it like super detailed and like pick apart and like look at the plays. I'm sure that that was done, you know, within your team.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I saw that he won with it a bunch, so I think this could come back to haunt you, kidding me? Not banning the rogue, like I don't know. Rogue is just one of those classes. Rogue, because of Miracle Rogue having Maestra, it makes for such a good lead because you can it makes for a really good lead because it kind of leaves ambiguity for what class. Like, say he rolls it and he hits one of his other classes. Well,
Hmm.
his opponent has to guess to see are they playing that specific class or are they playing Rogue. And
Yeah.
that can sometimes mess up mulligans, like especially with something as polarized as a Miracle Rogue versus an Block or a Curse Block. Like, you're having to kind of say, okay, well, if I'm playing a deck that wants to clear, well, I don't necessarily need my clear. I don't necessarily need to care about clearing stuff um, against a rogue, but I have to care about it against warlocks. I don't want to let them snowball board. I don't know.
Definitely.
We'll see how this plays out. I think for this one, Eternal is going to be first to spectate, and Kitten will move to the top of our screens. Um, so we'll wait on the players to go, and they have started. So let's check. Definitely, Hero Series definitely means that I think Qs definitely matter in this because you want to have your counters lined up. We do see a Warlock leave, but don't know if this is Warlock or Rogue yet. At least I don't because I'm not. Oh,
Uh, yeah, we can't.
okay, this is the Imp Block. Okay, so this is straight up Imp Block against Big Beast Hunter. I think. Don't know how this matchup goes. I don't remember it. I think if Beast Hunter gets, I think if Beast Hunter gets their curve, they could do it. But I think Imp Block is just too fast for them. So this is
It is
according
kind of an
to
odd throwback, yeah.
yeah, this feels like a early last expansion matchup because Implock was not like just straight up Implock was generally not the preferred deck last expansion. Curse Implock was. Okay. I wonder how I think here you leave the Pez, yeah. Leading the peasant here because there's generally no way for the warlock to clear this easily. Would have to play a card
Yeah, kind
and
of a
burn the
bad,
grimoire.
unfortunately, for
Yeah, this is a clunky hand.
sort of surprised that he threw back a flame imp. I don't
Oh,
know.
interesting. I didn't see the flame imp. The mulligan might have already been done before I.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
threw out.
Oh, we're going in very hard on this. This isn't punish. Fortunately, it's not punishable unless a wicked shipment is drawn and wicked shipment not drawn.
So he can't. Oh,
I believe I'm gonna guess. I don't know.
you
I
just.
don't necessarily. The top line is interesting. I wonder what we're saving the coin for. Or I guess we're saving the coin for the
So
coin.
next turn you can coin and you can Grimoire of Sacrifice.
Oh, true. You
That's
can. Yep. Yeah, you're right. Let's see what Eternal chooses to. Or sorry, what Kitten chooses to buff, and he looks like he's gonna choose to buff Etrog.
yeah. You would still go the same line with Fiendish Circle. I mean, I think that. Well, I guess the other argument is just to play out the Imkang boss. I can see both lines. You're just giving your opponent a lot of draws, though.
I'm 7 moves ahead of you.
He's gonna play the Okani. He's gonna
Hey,
go
it's
spell counter. I don't know if I like that.
double trading.
I also don't like the double trade.
Yeah, That's interesting to say to not just go full face there because I don't really know what the punish is. Double trade here. Gonna burn the coin.
So we will see that this is counter coin.
Yeah, so the coin, there was a reason to maybe pick counter minion just because of the coin, but interesting
So,
enough. I mean,
you can Fiendish Circle and then Grimoire of Sacrifice.
yeah, that's my thought process too. So you just play
Think that this
Grimoire
is-
here, like it clears
Thank you
off
for
it
your
clears off
service.
everything besides
Uh,
the two besides the 2/4.
Yeah, and well, and he'll have the Ram here, and then he can just play the Miracula for free. So, and he's also infused his Mischievous Imp for next turn, so he could just Grimoire of Sacrifice the second time.
Yeah.
Which will line up really well
Yeah.
because he can't clear everything off of his board. Like, so yeah, like this is gonna he can take back the board right here with
Mhm.
Mischievous Imp and then the second Grimoire of Sacrifice. Don't know what he's okay.
Yeah.
Right, he's not gonna play it. Okay, he's gonna hold it. Not really sure why. Okay, I think that was. Oh well, I mean, yeah, I think that was a bit of a misplay. Because he could have sacrificed one of these 3/3s, and I think that that's just better than I would rather have a board with just my 2/3/3s on it than having 3/3/3s, a 1/3, a 1, but my opponent having 3 other minions on the other side. So maybe slightly greedy, but I mean, I guess he could always come back to it here. But he does kind of give up a. Okay, well, he definitely could come back to it now. So the two things that were chosen were
The top shelf is
explosive trap and so you would check for freezing trap first. No, okay, no. Okay, so he's just gonna burn the Grimoire of Sacrifice. And you will see that it is explosive trap.
job's done.
And that it is not ice trap. But
Yeah.
so you expect that it's probably motion denied at this point.
It is motion denied. So this Hydralodon looks pretty good.
We'll be able to clear off 2 minions.
Yes.
And be pretty scary on this board. And we
Definitely.
have seen both Grimoires of Sacrifice burn, so
Yeah, so now it's just gonna be
that's not a good card.
none of these are that great. He could go for some draw here. Could play the Flame Imp and draw, but then you're pretty much just dead. Pretty much almost just dead because you can't quite clear everything.
Yeah, I don't know that I like this.
No, this line doesn't work. So, motion
And
denied
that's
just
yeah, and that's
motion denied just killed. Didn't play.
Oh
Didn't
yeah.
quite think about the motions, and I ended up losing the game over it. It is unfortunate. It happens. I have died to it before, myself. So I under know the pain of that. So Kitten gets a win on the Hunter. Hunter moves on. The Warlock is gone. Big Beast Hunter is one of those decks that can actually put up a little fight against. Could put up a little fight against Miracle Rogue potentially. If that's the cue.
Um, depending on what it plays, though, because
Yeah.
it still is going to have trouble dealing with the graveyard minions.
Oh yeah.
And the rogue can also get out a lot further ahead if it gets out, the gnolls on 2 or 3. So it can be real problematic. So
Agreed. Yeah.
I'll make my own
Wait.
fortune.
I would have.
I
Okay,
won't
so
give
he's playing
up.
pure paladin, so I'm guessing that this is why he
Wait,
used pure paladin here.
this was banned though.
Oh, it's a miscue then, right? Oh, it's a miscue.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a miscue.
Yeah, it's a miscue.
That's banned.
So someone has to catch the miscue. If not, then it is a. I assume it got caught.
I see you've brought guests.
Once again, we'll go to the rules in
I
case.
must
Oh, okay, yep. Okay, it's just a requeue. It'll have to be the. What is the deck? It's either Eternal's own Hunter or his Rogue coming in here. While Kitten will once again bring out his Hunter.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscue there
Hmm.
from Eternal. So
Mm-hmm.
we will see what he goes with.
Yep. All good. So we'll be getting in here shortly into game number 2.
Yeah, just clarifying a little bit of the rules. So yeah, it's not a loss for Eternal.
Nope.
They just restart the game.
With
If it
proper
happens again,
classes.
though,
It is a game loss.
it is a game loss. So we do see he is on his Hunter, and that is the correct.
Okay.
Oh, so it's not gonna be Hunter. It is Rogue.
Okay, so it's Rogue that rolled Hunter. Interesting. I mean, it doesn't. I don't think Beast Hunters mulligans change that much at all between decks. Just keeps the Wild Spirits always a good pick, always a good draw.
Yeah, probably throw one back and the Rat King, trying to look
Yes.
for your 1s and 2s. Like you really want to get on the board early.
Yeah, and this is a pretty good start for Eternal here. No graveyard, but has everything else pretty much that you want.
Yeah, and
is on the coin, so
yeah.
that's pretty good.
Delicious party.
Yeah, so here we're likely just to see the trade back, which would reveal the Rogue.
Definitely picks up
Potion
another
Belt.
Alchemist.
Yeah, there's a lot of
gonna be a
potions that are
potion
gonna get to
belt
get
this
played
turn.
here.
Wow, this could get real nasty real quick.
Yeah.
Throwing about these bats.
I like this line. I like this line from Kitten. It just creates pressure on the board. Gotta try and rush this Rogue down as fast as possible.
Probably let's take Hazy Concoction here.
Probably takes
I'd be
Hazy.
surprised if he doesn't take Slime. I mean, the other option.
Take Bubble. I think it's either damage. It's either damage or that. It gets damage plus that. Okay, so we didn't no draw. So that's a bit a bit annoying, but yeah,
you would
I
just
think you
hold.
just pass here. Yeah, definitely.
We can go again next turn.
Yeah, Mount picked up, but Wild Spirits is just you kept it to play it on 3. So you get weapon and you get a 3/1. So a sizable. I mean, this chip damage is getting a bit sizable. I would be surprised to not see Potion Belt played here. What I would personally go with playing the Potion Belt and then a Ghoul for a concoction, but opts to just go Potion Belt after. So I guess maybe we're ending this turn with. I guess maybe we're ending this turn with. Ooh, there's a draw.
Yeah, you need the draw.
You definitely need to take the draw, but he does not take the draw. I wonder if we're gonna end here with the. Or we're gonna end here with coining the Ghoul. So a lot of. So we are gonna get to see the stenographer played.
And he can also play this Herald of Nature as well. So,
Yeah,
oh wow, he
but
can play
no.
all this. He can play
Yeah, flooding board, clearing board. This is interesting. This is just a lot. This is just a lot of resources burned. If this Hunter can stabilize, then if Hunter can stabilize, then this rogue could be in potential trouble.
Yeah, we did see both. I mean, it depends what he can grab here.
Yeah, 3-1, no 3-1, but gets the weapon. So the weapon comes out. Yeah, we're gonna opt to remove a 0-3. I feel like you want to remove the 4-2, even though you don't necessarily, because you have so much health to work with, just to clear the most amount of damage.
Yeah,
He
but
doesn't want to
I
give
don't
the
mind
extra
that
draw.
because the draw is a big deal.
Yeah, you're right. But
You're up
it
35
is
health.
draw at the end of turn. So maybe but I mean I guess I wouldn't. I guess I would have swung differently. I don't blame him though. I don't necessarily think there was necessarily a bad target to swing at. Ghoul's gonna get played, but there's no. So where he's just going for some board flood.
You take the Cutlass and you trade.
Yeah, you take the Cutlass and you trade it back because you just want more draw. You just want better cards.
Yeah, he kind of whiffed on both of the potion belts. I mean, he did
Yeah,
have
he
an option to
did.
draw, but
He had the draw and didn't take it, which was a bit interesting. Okay,
Okay.
so at this point he's just actually saying I'm gonna win on tempo as Miracle Rogue, and it's maybe not my most favorite line, but I think now's one way that this. I think now a way that this. Okay, so we get a 0 mana to trade off the 4-3, but that's just now just goes away.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I think a good thing to do here would be to remove the ghouls because the ghouls are the biggest threat on board. You remove the ghouls, you don't give them a target to shadow step them with more potions. But we're only gonna remove one. We did see there was one shadow step played, so with only one more in deck, and it actually gets picked up here. This is looking kind of bad for the rogue now. Out of resources. No, I don't even think there's another way to generate potions without that's not Putricide. I don't even know if Putricide.
Yeah, so there's the 1 mana card that does do it.
Yeah, so this deck does run.
The Concoctor.
This run to the Concoctor.
Yeah.
I don't remember if
But I
those
think he
generally
just
runs it, but I
gassed
think it
himself
does.
out too fast.
Yeah, I think this Hunter at this point is really far ahead in this.
And you can just Ice Trap is probably the best play here.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't take that. Yeah, he
I.
does.
Yeah, and there's nothing that can really be done about it. This 6 mana card is generally just gonna get played here. And 0 mana null is a good pickup. So, Eternal will learn that this is a. We'll learn that it's what it is, but he should shadow step first now. That way, he'll remove enough things to not die. This Mountain Bear should spell the end of the game. Just overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get to. I mean, essentially clears all, but essentially.
But the leftover of this. Well, he could clear the leftover of this Ram. I mean, so I probably would clear the leftover of the Ram and leave the. I mean.
So you're leaving a 4/4,
I mean, I
a
don't
1/1, and a 2/1 on the board, or you're leaving a. Okay, so we're gonna
leave the 3/3 up.
I'm gonna leave the 3/3 up. No, there's not enough. No, not enough damage. Yeah. You just land a mountain bear, and that should signal the end of the game and the turn.
I think. Oh no.
No, we're gonna trade. Interesting.
All right. Let's see what we can get from Door Shadows.
Yeah, gets Ghastly Strike.
Draw.
Go face. Ghostly. So there's your concoctor. So that should cost nothing.
Okay.
Let's draw. You draw. This deck is gassing. Let's see, can it get something? Wow, just get a draw.
Right.
He can remove the mountain bear, but that doesn't stop lethal.
No.
Serrated Bone
Serrated
Spike.
Bone Spike.
Serrated Bone Spike does not remove.
So he can remove 1/2 of the. So he can remove the mountain bear, and then he can remove this one of the 2/4.
Yes, one of the 2/4. But again,
he's still dead.
It's still not enough. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunately for Eternal, this rogue is now gone. He's just down to his hunter. Which this Big Beast Hunter put in work for Kitten today. He did lose on it once in a very close game to Demon Hunter, but I think we're just gonna see the collateral damage lethal come in.
7 damage going face.
Yep, and it's all going to be down to Hunter. So it's going to come down to Eternal's Hunter, his last deck, trying to pick itself up off the floor.
Yeah, it's gonna need to reverse sweep with it, but depending on the list, it's possible.
Sylvanas! Tavish! I'll make my own fortune.
We do see that it is a Shock Spitter Hunter
Okay.
with that candle shot.
Yep.
Um,
Okay, yeah, so here you have a pretty good plan. I mean, you probably just toss Batty Guest and Tavish, keep the 2 weapons.
if you're gonna, I mean, the Bad Guest, you know, it's a 1-drop that you play.
I guess you could keep it. The tossing back the harpoon gun is interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
because you had a really good plan to go 1, swing on 2, swing on 3, and equip the weapon. We have a Trog again on 1, and there's been no shortage of 1-cost cards for this 40-card Demon Hunter. We do see Candle Shot played, so this Trog will get removed next turn, but it will at least get to chip 1 damage in. With Spirit Poacher now coming down, very likely. Because this will help potentially get Frenzy Fang. Yeah, Frenzy Fang might get infused here pretty soon. Because we're gonna see that 1 minion removed, and I would guess that the Spirit Poacher will get removed at some point.
I guess the argument is to play out this Wild Spirits.
Yeah, I think Wild Spirits is the play here. It does.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, I kind of like the total
Hero power.
because now you have Wild Spirits into 4 cost into Coin and Tavish. So the lines work out pretty well.
Yeah.
You can, and I guess there's always an Astaluron 4 line if you feel like you need it, but I almost rather just play the Ram because the Ram's gonna be pretty necessary here. Okay, let's see what this Wild Spirits gives. Oh, very interesting. Are we coining the Ram then? We are coining the Ram, aren't we? Or Eternal is gonna coin the Ram. Because swinging with that weapon first meant that a 3/1 would not remove the 4/1, would not remove the 4/4 from it.
Yeah.
So
I don't
now,
know. I guess
ooh,
next week it does have follow-up
Okani.
with Astor into Spirit
Yeah.
Poacher.
Yeah, I guess I want to see Okani for a minion here.
Yeah, definitely. He has picked spell a lot.
So pick some minion here. Very good spot to pick minion because you're either eating like a selective breeder or you're eating a Spirit Poacher.
Yeah,
Like
Spirit Poacher.
So Poacher's just gonna remove the 2/2, and now this Teacher Pet comes out. We'll get a Rusher, and this is gonna be a good board presence.
Actually, this is a bit of a misplay. He should have played the Selective Breeder, and the reason he should have played the Selective Breeder is because if he takes Hydralodon, he gets Hydralodon next turn that he can play on 5.
Gotcha.
That was a bit of a misplay there.
Oh yeah, you're right. 'Cause and then Hydralodon probably just blows this game out from here. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's almost nothing. The pet collector comes in.
Yeah. Now this is just a lot of board presence, and there is an Asalor in hand again, but it doesn't do a lot. He went with just playing both the Devouring Swarms to remove a minion here doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, okay, he can Astelar.
Because now there's no reason to. Like, I don't know. There just doesn't. Now there's just no good plan with Shock Spitters. This is all tempo for the rest of the game.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Well, the thing is that
I guess this is an Astalor game plan from here. Like,
yeah, he's gonna say like, if he can, his game plan really changes in this sense, I guess. Like he can then just start saying, all right, I'm going to play for board because I have late game value because I basically can run
yeah,
the Astralers out in a row.
sure.
Expect that it would be like Beastalker Tavish next turn.
Yeah.
Now, I imagine when he picks Selective Breeder, he's going to be reminded by the fact that Hydralodon does cost less.
Yeah.
Is he gonna? I mean, you just play Tavish this turn.
Yeah.
You have to hope that you get
This-
Exclusive Draft.
Yeah.
Uh,
No explosive. Gets motion denied. Ice.
Freezing Trap, not bad.
Freezing Trap is probably your best pick.
And
Yeah.
then Explosive Trap is the next.
Yeah, explosive.
Yeah, he plays
Goodness.
Freezing and then he plays Explosive. Yeah, those are the two best ones.
Yep. So we attack first with this. It does triggers that, but it also triggers the explosive, which
It
is
does,
interesting.
yes.
Yeah. Um.
So he can play for value now, basically. Like he can play to the point where he says, like, I'm just going to.
Yeah.
My
I
ass
think
off
now. I think. Yeah. I wonder if now we just see need to see double Astelar here. There is also a possibility to play one of the, like some combination of like K9otron, but I think this is just fine. I mean, considering that we're gonna see we're probably just gonna see Asalors from here. I think the plan is just gonna be completely Asalors for the rest of the game. I don't.
Yeah.
I think that the idea of going for the Hydralodon is not. That plan is probably not too much in the mind of Eternal right now, which isn't.
No,
This is a great game plan. Like he's gonna have 16. He's gonna have 3 minions that hit for 16 damage. Like so if.
So really, if you are kidding me, I mean,
I think he has to start looking for his heavy hitters. He has to like go K9otron and look for like late game beasts. Like he has to look for stuff like Crush. He has to start looking for.
I don't mind him playing his Astalar this turn. I don't mind.
Yeah, going like a double trade Astalar play.
Trade the first one, and then play Astalar because then you can even trade probably off the 2/2 into this 5/5.
And then you keep your 5/5 on board.
Yeah,
because they'll likely remove it. Yeah, I like that play.
And I think that that's the way that you get them. I think that.
Yeah, I think this line might be. I think the more you're saying is, I mean, that's a really good pickup. Sunken Saber next turn would be interesting. And that's going to be the pick. Likely to see. Yeah, we're gonna Frenzy Fangs, probably Hero Power, remove the 5. Remove the 4/1 and then go face with everything else. And okay, we're gonna remove the.
He's gonna trade.
We're gonna trade and we're gonna play Spirit Poacher. Okay. No poacher played. I guess there was not enough time left on the turn. Armor's gonna come in pretty fast here. But Ram again is gonna. Discounted Ram is gonna get played. But I wonder. I guess this is going to be something like Ram bad against Astalar.
Yeah, I think that we're going to see an Astalar played for the next turns. The problem is that, but here's the problem is that, he's also not playing first. So that means that his opponent's going to be able to Astalar him first.
Yes.
So I almost think that he needs to play his Astal or at least one of these
And
two next turn.
especially with this now, I mean, obviously Saber's going to change the complexion. Let's see what minion gets pulled.
Probably something good.
It should be.
It
is Mountain
a
Bear.
Yeah,
Mountain
it's
Bear's
pretty
good. Mountain Bear's good. You can remove the 5/1 with your Astalor, and you can like hero power and play Spirit Poacher probably here. Maybe just go for the mana efficiency. Play Renathal in hero power.
Mm-hmm.
The time has come to dethrone our former master.
Oh yeah,
So
and
as you kitten me, wouldn't you want a bunch of like heavy health minions to kind of absorb all the Astalor nuttiness that happens?
yeah,
I think you
but
just want to get in though.
I think he just
Yeah.
wants to win. Like next turn he'll have
Yep.
turn he has his
Like-
Astalor as a threat now before, like Andy said, before Eternal gets to play his Astalors, his 8-mana Astalors. Kitten gets to play his, and this looks like it's just going to turn out to be lethal probably. He can make pretty easy trades here.
Well, I think that that's just lethal on board, and then he's gonna have 16 damage coming back anyway.
Okay, so we're gonna remove everything, and we're still gonna lose to Astalor. I don't think it's lethal on
Yeah.
board.
No, I mean it's not lethal on board, but you know that he's got
Yeah.
16 damage aimed at your
Yes.
face.
Yes.
Even if he only had 8 damage aimed at your face,
Yes.
that's still
Yes.
lethal.
Yep. So this should be it. Astalor the Flamebringer. And I should receive one more swing with the Rat King, and that will do it. Kitten with the clean sweep on the Beast Hunter. Very well played.
Nicely done, Kitten.
So
Yeah, so he
obviously, unfortunately for Andy, that ties
Thanks.
up the week with his team.
Yeah, that's so you kidding me? Taking both games back to back, so
Yeah, really well
good
played by
night for
him.
him.
Yeah.
Only losing one matchup. The first one, he swept 6 games in a row, so good on him.
All right, see if we can get you get me in here. Heavily featured, so hey, you kidding me?
Hello.
Are you? Congrats on the two match wins tonight.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, some fun matches. I got to play against fun decks and play as fun decks, so I was happy.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, yeah, I feel like I just had some. I feel like I played pretty okay, and then I had decent draws and things went well. So I'm quite happy with it. I obviously the result is something to be happy about because a 3-0 and a 3-1 is very solid for my team to be getting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's 8 points. I mean, you're maximizing points for both your teams. So, yeah, walk us through what you thought with your lineups. I know that bringing the Beast Hunter is a little bit different. What was your thought on bringing that? We were also a little bit surprised in thinking the Paladin ban in the Hero series there. So yeah, just talk us through what your thoughts were.
Okay, so for hero, I banned Paladin because I had pure Paladin.
Yes, that makes sense.
Because I feared him going phylactery, and then phylactery control Paladin, Miracle Rogue, and Spitter Hunter would have made my control Paladin rather sad. So I wanted to opt for
Agreed,
the
yeah.
pure Paladin, and then if I have pure Paladin, control Paladin just is very good into everything I have.
Definitely,
Uh,
definitely.
And then also the rest of my decks are rather ambivalent about the rogue, I think. It's like a 50-50 on most of those, even in like top 1K.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent, excellent. All right. Yeah. Any final thoughts for us?
Uh, no, really. Shout outs to my opponents. They played well. Um, Good match, and thank you to Tab for helping me prep so much. I think like not last week, the week before, I got like absolutely stomped on both series, and then I decided to just like power grind Hearthstone. So
That's good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
now I'm getting the results of just
Definitely. Yeah.
constantly scrimming.
You gotta love to
Screaming
see
at the
those
monitor.
results.
There you
I
go.
mean, yeah, I mean it really paid off. 6-1 on the week, on game scores, 2-0 in match results. That's what you'll look for.
Hmm.
So
So,
congrats.
so I do have a
Thank you.
question for you. Do you like playing back-to-back games? Do you find that stressful? Like after your first game, say
Uh,
you won the first one, obviously, and then, but if you came off a loss for that, yeah,
I I don't think I find any of the matches very stressful. I think because there's like I feel like when I play in the league, it's just like a good time for me.
oh yeah,
100%. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sitting down here in the 5 seed. We're all here
we're
for a good
chilling.
time,
bro,
I think.
we're big chilling down here.
Yeah.
You and me both.
Yeah.
All I
Yeah,
need to do is get some points for the
your
team
boy.
and
Yeah,
and
I had
rock
a
and roll.
like I live for matches, even the close ones. Speaking of Tab, I had a super close match with him earlier this season. It was fun. That's awesome that you get to prep with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
He's a part of the whole ASU THL invasion.
yeah, him, skirt,
Yeah.
you, yeah.
Uh,
Fun times. Well,
yeah.
congrats on the win, and I guess we can let you go about your normal stuff for the evening. You're relaxing for Friday night, so
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm.
got it. Thanks for being on stream twice, and get you on
Yeah,
there
thanks.
again.
Bye.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right.
gang. Well, yeah. Two good series. Very well played by You Kidding Me. He definitely brought it tonight. Yeah. So, final thoughts, Saku and Azalea?
For myself, other than we have a Sunday match that's creeped up and may have two. So we got I know for sure that Lotus Knight and our hat are going to be on stream at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. So that's going to be Hustle and Myanodon are going to be casting that, I believe. Myanodon's going to be free.
Exciting,
Nice.
exciting.
Yeah.
Depending
Exciting.
on how his Philadelphia Eagles do during the NFL playoffs. I may
Really
be
hope
crying
they.
myself
I think.
if San Fran
I.
loses, but
I hope they lose. I hope they lose, and I
to the
hope that your team
boys.
wins. I have stakes. I have stakes in the game against the
Hey,
Eagles.
there we go.
Listen,
So
I'm
go.
all in on Jacksonville, baby.
I'm a big G. I'm a big G-Man
Let's go,
fan. So
Jags.
yeah,
So,
I would love to see the Jags.
But nobody, the team that nobody cared about.
yep.
Dougie
So
P.
we'll see how that goes this weekend. So it
Yeah.
should be fun for those that watch the NFL. Also, not sure if there's any Saturday matches. I don't recall seeing anything set up by Wild9. So, but stay tuned on any of the
Sure.
THL channels. Or
Hmm.
if anybody wants to give us a shout out, just let us know. Hey, I want to
Hmm.
be on stream. See what
Yeah.
we can do to get you on there. So, feast. Tip my tongue, dude. Tip my
Oh
tongue
no, no
always.
problem, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Someday I'll learn. I'm old. But yeah. So what's your final thoughts for this evening?
I mean, I think both the matches were they were pretty good. I had a lot of fun casting, as always with Andy Rogers, and I had a
That's
blast
Yes.
getting to be on Friday Night Fights. Um, and hopefully, I know we had Dankestad and Andy Rogers last week. I think it'll be good to see those guys get to do more casting together. Yeah, it's been don't know how many times I'm going to be back on the show this season, but we'll see. And thank you
It's
as always to
whatever your
Saku.
availability. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Shout outs to everyone who's watching in the chat, and I hope you all have a fantastic evening.
Andy, any final? Or are you you're all good?
I'm all good. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, be
And,
safe out
yeah,
there.
take it easy. Enjoy the NFL playoffs and catch some Sunday night Hearthstone. Here, the best place, the new home for Hearthstone competition. Now that
yeah.
Blizzard has abandoned all ye.
We're gonna call it A Sports instead of E Sports.
That's
have
right.
Hey, we're having fun. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. We will
Good
see
night,
you on the
guys.
next stream.
Peace.